How are you? How was training?
Oh, so good. So good. I Tiago's just been telling me to go for stuff, like stop
Mm,
missing the boat on my opportunities and just go for it and experiment.
mm,
And that's working for me a lot. Um,
good.
yeah, and also um, one of the interesting things, there's a further development in my story about my stripes. So I
Mm.
don't know if I've told you this, but so I went back to Tiago and I was like, "Am I the only one who's gone to you and asked you like if I um or thought you were giving me a stripe and you weren't? You just didn't even call my name." He's like, "No, man, that happens sometimes, and it's more awkward for me even than for you. It's a horrible thing, right?" So then he goes, "But actually, we've changed the way we do it now, and we do it based on time. We both do it
Mm.
based on attendance. And actually, I think we owe you two or three stripes." So then I'm like,
Even at coloured.
even at Callum. So this
Mm.
is the interesting thing because now my attitude to, like, first of all, I had this whole story that I wasn't good enough. Like that just disappeared when now that he's changed that system, right? So that's now my view of it is, well, I've just got to get really technical. It's not that I'm not doing anything good enough. I've got to keep showing up. I've got to be super consistent, and and that's what really matters now. Not trying to win
Mm.
every match to try and be better. It's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
trying to just get technically better and show up as much as I can. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm so much more relaxed about jiu-jitsu all of a sudden because
Were
of
you
that.
uptight?
What's that?
Were you uptight?
Just constantly trying to prove myself.
Mm.
Yeah, so I've given that up, and I'm very
But it's
happy.
just a hobby, yeah?
Yes, but see, I set this goal to be red belt before I die, and that's like
Ah, that's
so.
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
like for that, I have to be black belt for 45 years, and for that,
yeah.
I
You
have
need
to
to
get to
live
black
to
belt.
100.
Yeah, I need to live to 100 and get to black belt before 50. That's my game, and that's really pushing it. So in
But
all
aren't you
of the,
48?
yep. So or at least let's say
Sorry.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
let's say 53, right? That makes me like 97 or something. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not very good
yeah,
at maths, but yeah, I'm going to be very
yeah,
old when I get my red belt. It's
yeah.
such a go. It's such a go. So there's a bit of urgency, but the urgency now is to show up to like as many classes as I can and pace myself and be technical.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah, the purple belt's about that. Yeah, I reckon that's about sort of discovering your game, really honing in
mm,
what your game is, what makes you um, a player, or what's your style, and you really get really good at that. And then for
yeah,
me, I think Brown was more looking at the things I wasn't so good at and going
right,
into a bit of a partly why I mean maybe it's just me that I didn't enjoy that belt so much, but looking at what else do I need to round myself off a bit more.
mm,
Whereas purple is really sharpening those tools in your arsenal that you've already built through white and blue because
that's the,
it's so much. Yeah, jiu-jitsu is just so vast that
yeah,
you just can't keep on top of. You can't even at black belt know everything about everything. So you use
mm,
purple belt to really drive home your game and get really good at a couple of things. That's how I
yeah.
see it anyway. I
Well,
don't know if
that
I'm
works for
wrong.
me. I love that. So I'll use the rest of purple belt to
Yeah.
get better at my strengths, and I'll devote brown
Yeah.
belt to kind
Yeah.
of filling in my weaknesses. And
Yeah. That's
then,
it. That's how I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, that's the thing too. Jiu-jitsu. So everyone's got their own way of
mm,
doing it. So what works for me, and
yeah,
yeah, I hope he comes on soon because he's got like a heap to say. I don't want to waste this
yeah.
recording just on us gas bagging.
We could start
We
another
can do a second one.
one.
Let's make work for Theo and his editing, shall we? Let's do it.
Yeah. Thanks, Theo. Shout out to Theo,
Yeah.
his partner and our editor. He's always like he's been just relentless in his
Yeah,
editing.
we've done a heap. Yeah, he's I just
How many's he done? He's probably done 50 episodes or something like that.
yeah,
Yep. And yeah, it's
yeah,
very generous of him to do it. He enjoys it though because he watches the episodes at the same time, and he feels very connected to the jiu-jitsu community as a result. Is my understanding. So that's very.
yes, yeah. That's right. That's right. I just sent him a message asking
He's
because
seen the
I'm pretty
message.
sure he's just sitting in hotel waiting to do it, and he messaged us yesterday asking if we're on.
Right. What's he doing in a
I'm
hotel?
hoping
What's happening?
he's hotel quarantining.
Oh, really? That's our second
But
hotel quarantine guest.
yeah, so he's just come back from Masters Worlds. He won a silver there.
Oh shit! So there's a
That's what.
current Masters Worlds to talk about.
Yes. Yes,
Oh
this year. So he took
wow!
the decision. I don't know if you can see his Facebook. I don't know if you're friends with him on Facebook. And he
Yeah.
tore his MCL, and everybody was saying, "Don't go. You're crazy. What are you doing?" He kept training. He
Wow.
went, and he won a silver. So
Oh
he went in the
wow!
Open as well. I don't
That's
know. I think he's
amazing.
Masters too.
Cool. Let me share my screen just briefly and show the people that before he comes on.
Yeah.
He could be so yeah. So share screen.
Today was day 2. Yeah, that's what he said. When are you in quarantine? He said, long time in jail. So he's, yeah.
It's the start of the year. I was preparing to come to the Worlds, and exactly 18 weeks ago, I had a grade 2 tear on my MCL, meniscus, injured my tendon in my calf. Everyone told me that it would be impossible to come and fight at such a high level event. But who knows me knows that when I want something, no one can say that I can't. I'm the most stubborn guy ever. I did my rehab, tried not putting my knee in some positions that weren't comfortable. And even though my meniscus wasn't anywhere near perfect, everything went smoothly during my camp with all my boys from Southside BJJ. My strength and conditioning program under Miguel was perfect. Of course, I sacrificed my weekends training and didn't spend quality time with my family. But luckily, my beautiful wife knew how much this meant to me. After all that, if you live in Australia, you know the drama to leave and come back to our country. And once again, everyone told me not to come to the USA, but you know me. And here I am in Vegas competing in the World Masters 2021. I had incredible matches against high-level opponents, winning one of my matches against the Pan Am's champion of 2021. But unfortunately, I lost my final against a good friend of mine, Rafael Lang, in a very close match. I qualified for open weight, and I thought, why not? But unfortunately, I lost in the quarterfinals. My body just couldn't go any further. I didn't achieve my dream today. Don't feel bad for me because I'm fucking happy. Second best in the world, baby. And now Sarah will have to let me come again. The lesson that I want to pass with this message is, if you have a dream, go forward. Don't let anyone say that you can't do. Work hard, be humble, be honest, surround yourself with good people, be grateful, and one day that dream will come true. God bless you all. Thank you, all coaches and students from Southside BJJ. # good vibes only. And without his sponsors, and his sponsors are Martial Art and Autism, Hyperfly, Renaissance Chem Pro, Caruso, St. George on Mermaid, and a secret one. You know who you are, legend. Thank you. We'll have to find out who this secret one is.
Yeah. So yeah, this is. I think he's coming on now. I think he's just
great.
in the background. He just sent me a message, to say he'll be there soon. Yeah.
Oh, wow, some beasts in there. Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So that's what I thought. But I mean, Southside MMA. I don't know if you know that club in the Gold Coast is one of the biggest ones there. A lot of very big guys there. A lot of Islanders.
Yeah. Right. Cool.
Yeah.
What's this? Yeah. This is their website. Cool.
And they have very good kids program. A couple of women's only classes.
How do you know about this club so well?
No, same. So this is when I went up to the Gold Coast. Tiago told me, like, go train there. This is
wow.
They're good. The number of Islanders scared me though, and so that's why I went and trained with Jason Robig.
Slight size difference. All right, Vicente is here.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice. Sorry about that.
It's fine. Man, we've had to deal with way worse than this kick-starting to the show, don't you?
Every time. Yeah, I did one before that happened exactly the same.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Roll or Die. Today we have for you Mr. Vicente Cavalcanti, head coach at Southside MMA, and hot on the heels of a silver medal at 2021 World Masters. Welcome.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna get my medal.
Yes, please.
And you are coming to us straight from hotel quarantine in Sydney, yeah? You're hotel quarantining now.
That's my jail for 2 weeks.
Wow, 2 weeks, man. You got a little exercise bike over there?
I rent a bike and few weights.
Yeah.
I make my wheels so here on the wall.
Wow. Oh, so no one can come and visit you. Can you speak to other? Do you get to see other people?
No, man. My window doesn't open. The door is closed.
Oh, man,
Crazy.
Wow.
it's
Is
insane.
that
leaving
like an anti-climax for you coming off this high of achieving this and then coming back here to just sit in a hotel room?
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I can't complain. I think I've been playing this as well for a long time. Like I bought like my video game, my computer, so I can do like I'm doing heaps of stuff. Like I'm doing the program for the gym for next year.
Yeah.
I'm changing timetable. You know, like I have so much things that I was behind.
Yeah.
I need to catch up.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch a movie,
Yeah.
drink wine.
I think drink wine, nice. I think like, you know, how you refer to it as jail. I think that's what happens in jail. Like people go one of two ways in jail, and a lot of people develop themselves. A lot of people grow in jail because what else are you going to do? You either learn or you go backwards, you know? So
yeah, you can get there. If you go in the wrong path here, man, if you put your head on the wrong spot. But I have an internet, I can order Uber Eats, you know, like it's
nice,
it's
man.
not
Still first world. Yeah. And so tell us about we were just reading your Facebook post before you joined us, a little bit about the preparation and things like that. So tell us, because as you said on that Facebook post, it's crazy to go overseas from Australia now, as you wrote, it's not easy. So tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so in 2019, my sponsors and my wife, they organized my trip to go to Worlds, and I lost my final. So I was like, you know, I was here, want to come back there to compete. Last year we have the COVID. We still have the comp, but I didn't want to go. 2020. So this year I've been training since I started the year, and then I think it was 18 weeks ago I injured my knee pretty bad. I have like a tier grade 2 on my MCL, my calf, my tendon, and my meniscus.
All in one injury? Like, did it all happen at the same time?
Yeah, one time, yeah. The same injury. And then everyone said, oh, man, you can make it. You can make it. And you can make it. I said, man, I will make it. I'm going. Like, that was my plan since the start of the year. So I did everything I could. I did the physio, everything. And then I have to have the approval for the government to leave, the exemption. So I got denied first one, and then I didn't accept a try again. Yeah, and I've been trying, and then, everything will work well. I went there by myself, which is hard sometimes. Like, like if I had someone to scream for me, like be my corner outside, it would be good. Yeah, but everything worked well. Like, at the end of the day, here I am with the silver medal, almost this year. I was very close. I was very close to get to the
Yeah, who did you get to corner you in your matches, or did you have no corner at all?
And then my first match, I have a Freddy. Freddy is Lucas Lepre's cousin.
Oh yeah,
we're very close friends. Me, Lucas, and his cousin. So he has helped me first one, but he has to fight as well. Right. So he left, and then I was by myself. And then I knew all my students was looking on the floor grappling. So that was my every time I went out, look at the cameras. Yes.
Yeah, you did. Ranton, put some of his fights up. Have you got them up there?
Yeah, I've got them.
Flow grappling. Let's see if we can share the screen.
All right.
Yeah. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, while I'm sharing it though, so are you saying that like at your level you don't need a corner at all? Like can you see everything that's happening in the match? Can you
you can. What I tell my boys, like when I compete, even for my students, I don't like to, when I get to the comp start, oh, come on, do De La Riva, do the reversal, do something, I think the guy you do what he like to do. He not change his game on the comp. Right. What I like to do for me and for my students, I like to keep, come on, man, you got this, you can do it. You better than him. Yeah, you better than him. So that was I think I would like to have there, but
Yeah,
but I have the cameras though. That's good.
that's amazing. Actually, which of these, brother, do you think?
Is this a good one, Vicente? Is this a good one to watch? Don't put a bad
I
one.
think my best one was against Diego Gamonal.
Okay.
He's
Gamma. Yep.
Yeah.
Because this guy, he's actually the current Pan Am champion, and that was my quarterfinals. So if I after this match, I already got medal.
Yeah.
So that was good one for me.
Woo! I got goosebumps already, man.
Yeah, that was my probably the biggest opponent on the comp, and was actually my best fight.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And are you Masters 2? Is that your division?
I'm Master 2, yeah. I'm the
Yeah,
oldest
that's a
one in
tough
Master 2 now. I think I have one more year.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah,
talk-
I have a tough bracket. I have my second match was against the Brazilian national. He won his weight and open weight. My third match was against Diego Gamonal. He's a Pan Am champion.
Mm.
And then my semifinal I got Sapo. Sapo, he's a Renzo Gracie. He fought UFC and he won Pan Am's last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, control here, man. You are a weapon. Look at you go.
Yeah, man. When you feel and like I could feel I would beat him.
Yeah.
Halfway. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Talk us through some of this match, man. Talk us through some stuff.
Man, he pull, which is weird because he normally pull guard, this guy. He normally pass guard.
Maybe he had watched you before, because I saw some of your others. You seemed pretty fired up.
My wife called me. Yes. He pull guard, which is weird. And then as soon as he pull, I could do a smash pass on his leg and then start to work my knee cut. And then on this part here, he holding my lapel.
Yes.
And I couldn't do the knee cut.
Through here. Yeah.
Then he turned. As soon as he turned, I went for the clock choke. But then he was, with that grip, he was too strong. He put on my back. And then I let it go. I gave up the choke and I secured the side control. Yeah, that was probably the biggest name of the comp for me.
Yeah, well, here we go. Here we go. This is where you go.
Yeah. Oh, nobody's been. Yeah.
So he kept that grip, which is strong grip. I still have the choke, but then somehow he dropped me on my back. I lost my balance.
Yeah.
Were you worried for your knee at all here at any time?
Oh, I tried on this position. Actually, I was on my bad knee. I was doing the neck knee cut with my bad knee. That's why I think I couldn't finish my knee cut, because it's a very strong position for me, the knee cut.
Yeah.
Then on that side it's still not 100%. Some positions still hurt. Yeah, that was a good
Are
one.
you looking for the points there? You're looking to the ref for the points.
I think he was bleeding his mouth, and then I thought the referee would stop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I opened his gift. My mouth is Nicky.
Is that legal? Can you use your mouth as a tool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you go. Yeah.
And he has
There you go. Learning new things every day.
He has a weird way to escape from side control. He was trying to turn me over to the opposite side because he holding my arm. So I think on the second time he did, he actually escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does this weird thing.
This. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Closes the arm a lot. That's a bit of a risk there. And what's the vibe like out at Masters? So you mentioned about going in 2018. Anton and I actually went that year as well.
I went to 2019.
2019. So how did this one compare? Like, is it still like...
Yeah, I love the World's Masters. Because when I went to the adults few times.
Yeah.
And the adults, I think, everyone is angry. I don't know. All the young guys is angry. They want to kill you or something.
Yeah.
I think the masters, everyone is already like a father, have his business. It's just like, it's more chill. No one won't get injured,
Yeah.
And it's only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's 5 minutes.
Good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Man. I just love it. It's such a great atmosphere. But
Yeah, I
was
can't
there
wait to do
people
that.
there? Like, is there as big a crowd in this kind of COVID ravaged time, or was the crowd?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought this year would be a little bit not so busy like last time, but was busier than last time. I think the Master 2 have more people than the Master 1.
Wow.
Master 2 middleweight, I think they have 69 people in one bracket. Yeah.
In black belt.
Yeah, it's like 7 match.
Wow.
Man, you pass this guy's guards so easily. Like, what
I
is?
know that's why that was my best match so from the comp. I love that match.
How did you develop such good guard passing skill? Is that something that you were taught, that you studied a lot, or like is it something you were like? You seem very athletic when passing guard. So
everyone think I'm a guard player. Every time I pull guard, so because it's my safe spot. But in the gym, most of the times I just do pass. I'll try practice on top. Unless I'm doing specific training, I have to start on the border. But most of the time, I'm doing pass. Right. I think also, like I mentioned before, me and Lucas Lepp, we start together as a white belt.
Amazing.
And me and Lucas is a very good friend. We spend the day there one day, and then after Lucas succeed like he did, he's like I'm one of the biggest fan of Lucas Lepp, and for me, he's one of the best ever.
Yeah. So
I'm studying him a lot, and then I think the way he passed everything's like I don't know. He just inspired me to learn how to pass, and yeah, I mean practice a lot pass.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm inspired to seeing you pass guard like that. That's what I want to do now. So I'm gonna go back and studying some of these matches with.
Who you guys training with?
We train with Tiago in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
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 I love that. He's probably so happy this week because he's the biggest soccer team rival of his team won in Brazil.
Right. So
we'll have to ask him about that. Oh, he'll tell us. I'm sure he'll tell us.
I think he's Corinthians, his team.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it is.
Him and Gustavo. Yeah. I think they both love that team. Yeah.
His biggest rival is Palmeiras. Palmeiras won this week, the biggest comp in Brazil.
Oh wow.
Oh, maybe he won't talk about it then.
I don't think he'll talk about it.
We're gonna make you guys pay push-ups.
And tell us about your beginning. So you mentioned about Lucas, but so you started in Rio, and then how did you discover jiu-jitsu? Like,
yeah, so I'm born in Rio, but I live in this town called Uberaba. Uberaba is like a country town in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Brazil. It's a small town from Brazil. We have like 300,000 people. It's very small. We didn't have jiu-jitsu probably until when I started for 18. I think jiu-jitsu was in my town for 1 year before that. So it's, didn't have jiu-jitsu for a long time. And my uncle in Brazil, he's a very famous comedian in Brazil. Everyone knows my uncle. And he was a number 6. They stood the number 6 of Carson Gracie. So he is like old school. And he always told me to start training, always, my whole life. But he didn't have in my town. And all my cousins training. And as soon as jiu-jitsu got to my town, I start more to lose weight. I was a little bit chubby. I started to learn to lose weight, and then I compete in my first comp, I think was 2 months after. And then I lost to this guy. His nickname is Big Cow. He's huge. And then he was green belt already, and he beat me by 2 points. I said, oh, man, this guy been training for a long time, and then, I have just 2 months. He beat 2 points. I think I just love the first comp I did, man. The first comp I did, said, that's what I want to do. And then I I started do every comp I had. And then my coach, his name is Mauro Schweng. He used to train under Sergio Bolão, which is from Carson Grace as well. But he gave me my purple belt and moved to Portugal. And then he said, "Oh, now you start to teach the lunch class, and this guy teach the night class." I never teach one class in my life. Like I was shy. But I have two options: stop training or
teach,
do my own thing. And I didn't want to stop training. And then was hard because we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have online classes, like I have like few magazines. I used to go to Sao Paulo, seminars everywhere to try learn more. Wow. And my town didn't have many guys who train as well. So I have a car. I finished my university. I used to pick up like those school bus. Mm-hmm. I used to pick up like 5 guys on the street. Even some guys actually live on the street. I took 2 guys from the street, gave them a gi.
Oh my God.
Training. Yeah. Wow. One is actually black belt now, and he has his gym, which is pretty cool. His name is Wesley. And then, I did my thing, try learn them, like learn from here, from there a little bit. Did a lot of mistakes that I can see now, but was the only way.
Man, you're an amazing human being. Holy shit. So you took guys from the street, gave them gi, and now they're black belts. Like that, you gave these people a future they would never have had otherwise, man.
Exactly. I have even goosebumps to talk about this. He passed on a federal university as well after.
Yeah.
And he's like a qualified personal trainer today. He has his gym, which is amazing.
That's why we have this show, man. You're exactly the reason why we have this show, because that's the power of the jiu-jitsu community, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about my notes, guys. The aircon here is killing me.
Yeah, understood.
What brought you to Australia? How did you leave Brazil?
Oh, everyone asked me this. It's the only question. I don't know. I think it was my path. I didn't have anyone here. I didn't have one friend here. Actually, I have one friend in Sydney, but I was in Gold Coast. I didn't speak English. I don't know. I don't surf, so it's weird to go to Gold Coast if you don't surf.
Yeah.
It's just meant to be, I think.
And how long have you been here in Australia? When did you arrive?
I arrived on the January 2010.
Okay. 11 years. Yeah, 12
years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was I don't know why I chose Australia. I think everyone was going to America, Europe. I just like to do things different.
And so you were already a black belt when you came here?
No, I came as a brown belt, but I was brown belt already for like, I think 3 or 4 years. And then I moved to Australia. I missed few gradings. I missed one grade. I have before I moved to Australia, I lost my father, I lost my job, I lost my ex-girlfriend. I was in a not good spot, my head at the moment. And then I lost few seminars, like few gradings. I think I don't know. People keep telling me I was supposed to get my black belt on those days.
Yeah.
But again, I think it was meant to be. I came as a brown belt. I did good as a brown belt against black belts, and I think that's why I create my name here and build my little reputation.
Absolutely amazing. So what about you've done a lot of competing right since the beginning. It sounds like you've never been nervous about competing, or do you get nervous? Or how do you do? What's your pre-comp kind of ritual mindset, that sort of stuff?
Man, there's this thing say you don't get nervous. Who say that is liar.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone get nervous. You just need to learn how to deal with the nerves. I'm not a big fan. Like I said, I went to America. I love competing in America. I love competing in Melbourne because I don't have many students around me.
Yeah.
When I fight here in Gold Coast, it's pretty hard for me because I have like 100 kids training with me. They sit all around the mats and it's like, go V. that thing killed me, man. That make me nervous.
Really?
But
cheering makes you nervous.
Yeah, everyone watch me. I think, like they see you like they think you're like unbeatable or something. So it's hard, but yeah. But I still get nervous, man. Everyone get nervous. I just try, like do the same things I normally do in the gym, and yeah, don't put too much pressure. I think if I do all my preparation, like my condition training, my strength condition, like all my routine, my roles, when I go compete, I have a schedule for 8 weeks. So if I complete all those weeks like perfect, I don't have injured, and then I go to the comp, I know I did my best, like I don't have to, if I win or lose, at least I did everything I could. So that helped with my nerves as well. Visualize as well. I try to visualize a lot.
What do you visualize? What
visualize? I'm winning.
Okay.
If you can visualize, you can achieve. That's the thing. Yeah.
Right. And your gym, Southside, is a powerhouse gym. You have a lot of big guys there as well. Like it's interesting because your timetable, you have a lot of kids classes, very strong kids program. You have a lot of women's classes as well, but you also have a lot of bigger guys. So have you got any advice for any of our listeners out there about how to deal with bigger guys on the mat? I'm asking that partly for myself as well, because my partner is a bigger guy and I want to know how to deal with that in training, because it's a challenge for all of us. Yeah. You're a heavyweight, but I'm sure that these guys are a lot bigger.
Look, everyone think Southside have just big guys, because when we started the gym, like I said, I moved in 2010, January, and in 2010 November, I started teaching Southside, and was in Woodridge, South Brisbane, and it was a Maori church. We used to take the mats off and train. So everyone was here. It was big. Like big, very big. And you used to go to the comps, like with 23 guys, and you win the comp, because everyone was big. Yeah. So everyone thinks Southside was big guys, but not anymore. Like we have big guys, but also have a lot of small guys, But your question, put your husband on lapel guard.
I'll give that a go. It's funny because he's been watching and YouTube, and he was thinking that's a good guard for a bigger guy. But I don't see a lot of bigger guys playing guard in general. Oh, you're on mute.
My wife again. Lapel guard work for everyone, I think, for small, big guys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll remember that. I will remember that. Yeah. So you've been there 10 years now, and it's really grown, because it's one of the biggest clubs on the Gold Coast for sure.
Look, I'm very proud to say, like, when we started the gym was 2010, and then because I moved to Australia, I was training with Daniel Lima, was close to my house. Wow. And then I started training with Puma with Vincent.
That's where I started. I started at Puma, man. I did. That was my first club. Yeah. Vince and Lenny. Yep.
Yeah, Vincent Perry, man, I love that guy. Seriously.
Yeah, he's great.
With him, I can't thank him for everything he did for me. Wow. Like, he opened the doors. I compete for him. My first Pempex was under him, but I was already teaching Southside, because I promised him I was going to compete for his team. And one day I was between go home and stay, and these guys from Brisbane called Vincent actually to ask about me. Yeah. And then Vincent said, "Oh man, Vicente is amazing, blah blah blah." And then the guys invited me to go teach. And then because Vincent, I have everything I have. So I'm very thankful for Vincent.
Wow. We should get him on the show one day, actually. That's what we should do.
Yeah, his name's been brought up a lot. We've also had one of your teammates, Pasha, on with Tiago. They did an analysis of their Boa fight once before as well. So, a lot of beasts coming out of your academy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then since the 2010, we won every single Queensland States. We lost one. Right. We lost one. I think... Yeah, we lost one Queensland State for Infinity.
Mm.
And then this year was our biggest achievement because we won kids, female, male, and overall. We won the 4 divisions, which is, and today was our 10th title. So it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
What's the scene like, the jiu-jitsu scene on the Gold Coast like at the moment? Like, how would you, is it growing? Is it exciting?
Yeah. Gold Coast is like, have you guys been Gold Coast?
Oh yeah, I lived there for 10 years, man.
Yeah. You know how is the surf in Gold Coast? You go to the beach and have 100,000 people in the water.
Yeah.
It's like with jiu-jitsu now. You go every neighborhood, like in Burley, I think have 7 schools.
Wow.
It's like, it's ridiculous. I don't know why people don't open up somewhere else. You have so many here.
I want to be near you, man. That's why.
No, I want to be close to the beach, man.
Yeah. And probably your greatest achievement, what we haven't talked about, and you have probably 2 of the cutest kids that I've ever seen. Anton, can you share maybe his, I think it's your cover photo on Facebook. I don't know. I don't want to make you miss them more because of the situation you're in at the moment, being away from them. But can you tell us a little bit about fatherhood, how that's gone for you, how that's changed things for you?
With having kids, it's a big challenge. I was talking with my friend another day. He just have a baby. And I think one thing they should teach us in school is a little bit of parenting, because, you know, like when you have a baby, they assume you have a baby, you left the hostel, it's on your own. Especially for me, I don't have family here. Like I have my wife's family here, but my mom, all my family is not here. And her family lives in New South Wales, so it's actually, it's just me and her most of the time. Yeah, my family.
That's so cute.
So cute.
Yeah, but it's a challenge because we need to learn. Now with the second one, we think we are pros. But but the first one was hard because I used to go close to the court and keep here at night if she's breathing or not. Because
I remember doing that, man. It's like something you have to do. Yeah,
I was freaking out. Yeah, but it's good. And now both start training. They train not with me. They train with Coach Miguel in my gym.
Mm-hmm.
And
was that on purpose, or was that just the way it happened, or did you decide to do that, not to coach them?
Because I don't teach we opened this class for 3 to 4 years old. And Coach Miguel,
that's young.
Yeah, I know. My earliest class 4 to 7. And then Miguel said, "Oh man, why you don't open 3 to 4? We do a like small class." It's been work. Miguel is amazing with kids, and the kids love that guy. He's have you guys seen Miguel? Miguel's like a Shrek. He's like huge.
Awesome.
But he's such a soft guy, you know. So the kids love him. Yeah.
The Gracie. I don't know what you guys do there, but I know I've seen the Gracie curriculum for kids, and it is my son did it, and it's like they get to be monkeys. It's not like jiu-jitsu. It's just like so much fun.
They're 3 to 4, man. You can't ask it to, you know, it's more games, learn how to push, how to fall.
Yeah.
4 to 7, the 5 to 7, because in Southside we have 5 to 7 beginners, 5 to 7 advanced, 8 to 13, 8 to 14 beginners, 8 to 14 advanced. So the advanced kids train exactly like adults. Like we can teach the adults, but in the end you have to do some games so they have fun. But they train exactly like adults.
That's amazing.
But the 3 to 4, it's I'll say if I teach my kids, I don't think they're gonna do much. They have to do with someone else.
They don't listen to you.
They listen, but you know, they I can't, you know, and I'm the pushover in my house. Like my wife is the tough one. So whatever they ask me, I do.
If you could go back in time and talk to like purple belt you or blue belt you, no, let's go purple, because I think probably the average is blue or purple of our episodes. But what would you tell your future self? Like what would you say to make the journey kind of better for jiu-jitsu growth? Like, if you give yourself a piece of advice, what would it be?
Yeah, like I said, I learned. I have to teach myself when I was color belts. I still, it's still the same. And then one advice I'll do it. Back in the day, I used to think if I do like those killer, like you almost dying warm-ups, and then start roll was a good thing. Because if I go compete, I was be fresh. That's definitely something I can see now. It was my mistake. Like, I don't do hard warm-ups anymore. I do like focus on the drills, specific, and then rolls, or sometimes just rolls. And I think I focus all my energy on my jiu-jitsu. If I want to do something else, I do another time doing, strength conditioning. And that would, I think, definitely change a lot for me.
So what you're saying is don't use the warm-up as a strength and conditioning session. Use the warm-up as a warm-up and focus on jiu-jitsu. Yeah,
before, back in the day, I think everyone used to do this. We used to do like a lot of warm-ups. Yeah. By the end of the warm-ups, you couldn't even walk, and you go train.
Yeah.
And then you go train, you're dying. You don't do jiu-jitsu. You do like survive. And one of the camps I did in America, I remember saying, man, this guy doesn't do warm-ups. And then I asked her, I was in Cobrinha. And Cobrinha said, no, we do. The guys come here to learn jiu-jitsu. We're going to focus on the jiu-jitsu. Like, do all his energy going to focus on the jiu-jitsu. If you want to do something else, you go do CrossFit, go do, sometime, another time of the day, because you get more chance to get injured. You don't do your best in the rows, like when you go compete, you get there, you do few warm-up, like 5 minutes warm-up, 10 minutes warm-up, and you go row. You don't do like, you have to be very similar for what you practice to the match.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what I would change my life.
And the interesting thing about the jiu-jitsu world is that, like, the jiu-jitsu world shames purple belts and above for not doing the warm-up properly. Like, that's obviously
for missing the warm-ups. Yeah,
it's good advice. So
don't take me wrong. Not warm-up. Warm-up. Do a little warm-up. You have to. To prepare your body. Don't show up after the class.
Yeah, we're nearly out of time, but on that, have you got any final sort of tips or anything for longevity? I mean, you're a master's too. You're younger than Anton and I, but have you got any advice to help our listeners stay on the mat and stay healthy into their later years?
Definitely don't have egg on the mat. When something hurts, tap. When if you see you in the bad position, like especially now with my knee, as soon as someone put the La Riva on that knee, I was stopping, asked to change to another side. Like, don't, like, I tap for a lot of times in my training. Like, train is training. You don't need to be worried about tapping. And like, if you tap, what I tell my students, if some hurt and you tap, you're gonna shake hand and start again in 5 seconds. If you have ego and you don't tap, you're gonna stay 6 months, 3 months without training.
Yeah.
So this is not the point. It's like,
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And stretch. I love it, stretch as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think out of jail or coming to us live from jail has been enjoyable. Man, it's certainly been enjoyable for me. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh man, I can't wait to leave this place.
How many more days? What day are you on now?
Day 8.
Oh wow!
So I live here Tuesday.
All right. Well, we'll have this out. It'll be a couple of weeks. We have a few others banked up, but when we get it out, if you could please share it. We have a little bit of a following, but even more following, especially your club up there. We would love to have some more Queenslanders listening to us. So please.
Yeah, please. And when you guys come to the Gold Coast, please come train with us as well.
Sounds great.
Once we're allowed in. We're still not
I know.
Stuck here in Victoria. Yeah.
How are you guys there now? You guys locked down or?
Oh,
we aren't, but the borders are still closed for some states. Yeah, we still can't. Who knows? Who knows when?
We're training like maniacs while we can. The good thing is we've been through is when we train with we go for it. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to roll, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining
thank-
us, and yeah, enjoy.
Thank
Hopefully
you
we
so
can.
much for having me. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Hope
you.
you guys enjoy.
Come back
We'll see you
sometime,
soon.
all right? Awesome.
Bye.
Us.
Bye.